8:21 here on the Morning Drive. It's Mike and Lisa with you on this Wednesday morning. I guess if you are of retirement age or even, years before that, you're starting to really focus on what it's going to take for you to retire. And it's always a good plan, I think, to kind of think about it, get things in place, and learn more about it. Well, we've got a guest on the line with us now. Alynn Godfroy is with us. She's known as the financial architect for Canadians. She's a best-selling author. She recently released a book called Retire on Purpose, a financial blueprint to protect your family and preserve your wealth. She is going to be on Experts on Call here on AM800 on April 15th. And she's going to be at the Riverside Library on April 17th and at the Boudemer Library on April 20th for a session, a free session that will appeal to retirees, people wanting to plan. What are you supposed to be doing? Alynn, good morning.
Hi, how are you?
This can be really daunting and kind of overwhelming for people when they start thinking about retirement and looking into it. You try and simplify things for everybody, though, right?
Exactly. And so we break it down into bite-sized pieces and talk about different areas, such as when to properly decumulate your assets. I get asked all the time, when do I take my Canada pension? And talk about some real life cases of people when it's made sense for them to take their Canada pension, when it's made sense to defer, so that people have a better idea of what's going to be suitable for their situation.
Okay, and Alynn, these sessions that you're talking about, this isn't even talking to people that are in their 20s and just starting out and want to start. These are people you want to talk to that are going to retire fairly soon, in the next 5-10 years.
Yeah, hey, I always think that education is key. So if there are younger people that want to come to learn more about, tax credits that are available to every Canadian, but the content will be geared more towards people that are in the 50-plus demographic, retiring or getting ready to retire.
I guess that, a lot of people don't probably do the research that they should before they retire. I think a lot of people are like, well, when I reach a certain age, I'm just going to retire. And then the money should start coming in bit by bit. Every month I'll get a check. And that's the way it's going to work. What's the biggest mistake or the biggest myth going into retirement?
Just not talking to somebody soon enough. So in my book that I wrote, I share a few real life stories of clients of mine. We've changed their names and identity. But I actually met with somebody about a year or so back, and the woman planned on working for a couple of more years. And I did calculations and figured out this woman was going to work for about $44 a month because she didn't understand how her pension that she has through her employer integrates with Canada pension, old age security. And when somebody's working a job where they have, Canada pension, Canada pension coming off, unemployment insurance, union dues, you're paying into a pension, there are so many deductions that come off. And then fast forward to when you're 65 and you can take advantage of a number of tax credits in Canada. It turned out this woman was basically going to work for next to nothing.
Wow.
All right. That's I guess so that was nice of her to to look at that and be able to say, okay, yeah, well, it's not even worth it. Just I'm going to shut her down now and retire, and good for her.
Exactly. And I'm sure there are dozens or maybe hundreds of people driving to work right now, potentially going to work for, a few dollars a month. I have another situation, very similar situation to that lady, a gentleman that works for the city, ran the numbers, and he was going to work for $200 a month. Well, by the time you factor in gas and wear and tear on your vehicle, it makes sense. So I lay it out simply for people to see it. The other thing I should mention, I prepare about 800 tax returns a year. So doing people's tax returns and showing them how taxes work, in laying that all out, it makes people realize, okay, wait a second, I didn't realize that I can actually retire. And that's how we're able to help people.
Yeah. Okay. Well, when you say it that way, and I'm sure a lot of people are like, oh my God, I can actually retire today and not work a few more years like I thought I needed to. All great points. So again, you're going to be on Experts on Call coming up on April 15th here on AM800. And you'll be talking a little bit about what The other sessions are going to be about on April 17th at Riverside Library and April 20th at Budimir Library. And I suppose people can pick up your book in advance of that, Retire on Purpose. Alynn, we're looking forward to all the information you're going to bring us. Thank you.
Okay, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. Alynn Godfroy, who is going to be doing this in her book, too, by the way, Retire on Purpose, a financial blueprint to protect your family and preserve your wealth, which is one of the #1 international bestsellers on Amazon. And you can check that out as well if you want to get more information on that. So, yes, very good info. 820.